Ministers, a body that represents all 9 education MECs and the Basic Education Ministry, held their second meeting in Pretoria last week. The Minister of Basic Education, Angie Motshega, led that meeting in further defining a common understanding of the department's role in the basic education sector. Well, the Acting Chief Director for Communications, Mr. Mhlanga, joins us now to talk to us about some of the outcomes. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Perhaps let's begin by defining the objectives for that particular meeting. What were you hoping to achieve?
The Council of Education Ministers meeting is the highest decision-making body in the education sector. That's where the minister as well as the MECs get together to tackle all issues around the education. One of the things they discussed was about teacher development. How do we improve the quality of our teaching in the classroom for them to improve their learning outcomes as well. But the other issue that was discussed is curriculum implementation, because our core business is curriculum. So we need to ensure that on an ongoing basis, we make the necessary adjustments that we need to make, but also strengthen it in terms of how we implement it. One of the things that's emphasized is the issue of time in the classroom and with the necessary material available, and teachers teaching for the required amount of hours in a day.
So you raised a number of issues which you've just highlighted, to how to improve the curriculum, making sure that teachers are in classrooms. The issues were highlighted, but what outcomes came out of this particular meeting? Any deliverables?
Yes, there were clear deliverables. In terms of teacher development, we are currently conducting an audit. We want to know how many teachers we have in the system, what qualifications they have and what experience they have, and most important, what are they teaching. We have found mismatches in the system where teachers are qualified for one subject but they're teaching another. And we're currently conducting that audit where we have found teachers teaching wrong subjects or teaching subjects that they are not really specialists in. We have already made movements, taking them back to the subjects that they know and specialize in. So that's one key thing, because we, for example, are experiencing shortage in terms of maths teachers, only to find that they are there but they're not teaching mathematics. We have found that we have 107,000 maths teachers. So what we are trying to establish now is whether all of them are teaching mathematics. But we're also looking at the age of our teachers, we're profiling the age to see how many teachers are going to exit the system, for example, in 5 to 10 years, and we make the necessary teacher recruitment for the sector.
Is that the teacher profiling project that you're talking about now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's perhaps speak then about the Funza Lushaka Graduates Allocations Project. Is that related to teacher profiling or not?
Absolutely. Because once you have established the profile of your teacher cohort, you are then able to go on a recruitment drive and offer learners bursaries to go into higher education institutions to study teaching so that they can come into the system. But we also have other recruitment drive where we are inviting teachers who are qualified as teachers but are not currently in the profession, and we then do a database of that. We started in 2013, we had about 200, now we've got 3,500 of them, which means people want to leave their careers and come back to teaching because that's something that they're qualified to do. So that is exciting for us because it shows that people are still interested in teaching, but we also are trying to improve in terms of training of teachers, those that are currently in the system. We have teacher centers across the country where they go to be trained on how to teach mathematics and science, for example.
It's an age-old profession. We've always needed to be taught in one way or another from when time began, whether it's a formal structure like a classroom or informally. World Teachers' Day is approaching, come the 5th of October, I believe it is. What's the main message there?
Well, we're talking about investing in our teachers because that's the other thing. Is the theme for this year as far as we are concerned as the education sector in South Africa, because we feel that we need to put more into our teachers to ensure that they stay in the system so that we can get quality out of them. But we do not only use World Teachers' Day to celebrate them. We also have National Teaching Awards, which we also use. In fact, you were the program director for that earlier this year. We use that event to appreciate our teachers, to recognize the hard work that they do. We know that some of them do not work in conducive environments, but we appreciate their dedication and commitment to the profession. So we really appreciate them right through the year, basically.
It's very important to boost their morale and make sure that they take a lot of comfort and they find fulfillment in the classroom, because I tell you, children from different backgrounds come with a lot of baggage. Some parents shift over responsibility to the teachers. The teacher-pupil ratio as well sometimes can be a worry and a great concern. So anything that we do to try and make sure that this profession is something that's glamorous once again and something that's honorable is indeed welcome. We'll have to leave it there for now till we meet again. Thanks again for your time. We leave it there for now. Much more coming up. Stay right where you are.